Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I really do appreciate it. Listen, I thought it was Saturday, and you feel me? I look like a Temu Kevin Federline. And if you don't know who Kevin Federline is, how could you possibly begin to recognize the subtle joke there? You feel me? Google it. You've heard of Britney Spears, right? Well, that is in fact Britney Spears' baby daddy. Now, I know for some reason or another people don't particularly like that colloquial term, but there are, after all, baby daddies and baby mommies, although it is kind of like redundant because babies have parents and you could just say daddy, but then you wouldn't really know which specific person that person of said person is the daddy of or mama of. You feel me? But regardless, shout out to all the other Temu Kevin Federlines out there. Anyways, I want to talk tonight about that very kind of a thing, honestly. It kind of ties right into what we're talking about, which is conformity. And I postulate the following. I think that life, is just like science says it is. And shit changes, you feel me, like every second, like literally, like since I've started talking, they've probably invented a device that can cure cancer, all while simultaneously suppressing that, flow of information so that the good old boys down in different parts of, where do these guys live? I want to know where I'm just trying to say, right, that like conformity sucks. All right, like that's what I'm trying to say, is that conformity sucks, and that just as science says, with like evolution and stuff and all that good stuff, is that like things are constantly changing. And I really get tired of seeing, the same cyclical kind of, for lack of a better word, just like some straight up dumb shit, I was gonna say some other things, but even I'm not that dumb to be politically incorrect when the time is not appropriate, and that's saying a lot, because I basically go where no one else will, and I think that's okay, because that kind of reinforces my point here. I think that the more that we conform, the more that we literally become compliant to a system set up for failure. Like I like to think of myself as a competitor. I think any real capitalist out there would and or should value that specific character trait. I don't think there's anything wrong with the good old competition, to see who's best at whatever. I think that's cool. I'm a dumb straight man, do you want to race? Whatever. Like, I think competition is not inherently a bad thing. I just think that when we all fall in line with the same old, bullshit, you feel me, whether it comes from a Democrat or a Republican or just a society that refuses to acknowledge any kind of accountability for its past errors, for its current errors, and moreover, failure. Like, it literally fails to prevent anything meaningful from being, like, good. Whether that's breaking down or breaking up the internet and making it into a very shitty thing, like, I just watched this videos on Windows 11, and good luck with that, I myself have been a lifelong Windows user, and I can't imagine a world without a simple product like Windows being around. But hey, I haven't been a super fan of Windows since like, Windows XP or even Vista or 7. I just know that recent updates of that particular software have been terrible, right? I think we can all agree on that. I'm pretty sure most people with any reasonably sized brain out there, namely people that grew up writing the code for these kinds of computer software programs and stuff, don't even use modern day interfaces or program updates, and good. I hope that that kind of knowledge trickles on down to the people that are like just getting into the internet and stuff. Just because that shit sucks, man. Like AI being integrated into the operating system that is already unuser friendly and paywall AF is not something that is going to make anyone's life easier at all. You know, I mean, it's just another good example of how we currently live in a time that is just really that time where people are scrapping everything for parts. You feel me? That end stage capitalism or whatever. I mean, I'd like to think that it's end stage capitalism just because I can't put up with this shit anymore. You feel me? Like, it really sucks. It really does. I think it's safe to say that, 80% or so of my generation at least didn't have dreams of becoming an Uber driver or a DoorDash delivery person, and what's weird about that, right, is looking at somebody who's unsuccessfully done both of those things. So I don't know what's worse, the opportunities afforded to me at the very cost of my, being exploited, or the fact that I failed at that too. But, I mean, how's a guy gonna fail at something that is meant for you to fail at? I mean, it just takes me a little while, I guess, to figure out that I'm getting scammed, just like anyone else. But then pride's kind of a big deal, and a big leading factor for people not showing up on unemployment data is the very fact that when people are now leaving jobs, they'll just sign up to do gig work, and so technically they're not counted as unemployed. But a fun fact here, the last 2 million jobs that have been accounted for in the job market as a loss have all been made up in the gig factor or the gig work economy, as the primary factor of like where that job growth comes from. Keep in mind that those jobs aren't even classified as jobs by the employers who don't employ them. You see what I'm saying? So like that's a mind that's something that doesn't make sense, but the data doesn't lie. And I can imagine that somebody probably in their 30s or 40s, maybe even older, that have succumb to having to drive your ass around, or pick up food for you when you can barely afford to get the food delivered. One, because we know you're a decent person and you have a job that doesn't pay enough, and so you can't hardly afford anything, and I get that. But at the same time, it kind of sucks when you pit poor people against poor people, because at the end of the day, nobody wins, and the only people that lose are all the poor people. So, it sucks delivering food to somebody that can barely afford it because they can't afford to tip. It sucks having to pick up the food to deliver the food to the person that can't tip you because they have no money to barely even afford the food that they're getting delivered to them. And all while, DoorDash is killing it. You know what I mean? Like, they're making a lot of money. And, that's not in and of itself a bad thing. You feel me? Like, people making money, I get it. You gotta make some money. You gotta feed your family. You gotta indulge in your different sorts of secret affairs in life, whatever it is. Maybe it's a secret credit card that you run OF charges up on, you feel me? Keep that away from your wife. Keep that away from your husband. I mean, I don't know. People do some pretty shady things. And so, I limit my own shady things to myself, you feel me? So I am proudly a single man and also a Temu Kevin Federline. Anyways, I'm just saying that, like, I don't think that there is really any end in sight unless something drastic is done, you feel me? And no, obviously, disclaimer, nothing will ever come from this mouth that insinuates or directly means anything at all like unpeaceful things, namely the thing that happened on January 6th and stuff. That's obviously not the way to go. Although the guy is president now, so I'm just saying he did, literally attempt a coup and is a treasonous kind of a fellow, but he was elected again. And so here we are. But anyways, I think that conformity sucks, and I live in an apartment, a very small apartment, so when people cough or sneeze or talk around here, the whole entire world can hear it. That's just about as real as this shit gets. You feel me? It's just, yeah, all while I've recorded, now nearly 1,500 videos. Yeah, I'm not alone, so that's interesting. That's fun. Always a good way to end a video. So I'm gonna stop being in character right now and wish that you guys have a really good night. Okay, conformity sucks, and that's what it is, and I think socialism is awesome, and I was gonna get more into that, but time did not provide that to us this evening. I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. I hope that you guys are well. I am still kind of tired from this last week. It has not been the best week for me, just low key, no cap. A lot of terrible food and a lot of just things not going my way. And honestly, it bothers me just because, when I can't even control the movement of my feet as I step out of my bed before I, run into something in my room, it's sort of like, Albert, get your shit together, man. I'm just trying to go to the bathroom and brush my teeth, and it's just, but I was just talking to somebody the other night at work about that, about how, sometimes, there's, periods of time where it just seems like anything and everything you do is it's like a net loss. You feel me? Everything, every action, every breath, and it's just sort of really frustrating. At some point you're just like, god damn it, and so obviously the language and or dialogue of somebody who hasn't got laid in a really long time either, you know what I mean? And that was the other thing, is sort of I think just no cap, no high key joke is that generally in life as adults, when people are grumpy and viewing things just as I've explained them, it is a direct result, most likely, of not getting any love. You feel me? Actual physical love, intercourse, I don't care, just so long as your own sexual prerogatives or whatever. In my particular case, I'm a straight stupid man, and so leading this willful, consenting, independent man life is against all biology, right? And that it's cool and everything, and it's fun, and I enjoy my alone time and stuff, but I also enjoy in sex time, and but what's stupid about all of this is that I also understand that I have to be willing to put out energy to meet a girl, talk to a girl, get to know a girl, all things that I'm clearly not into doing, so it's just sort of and I get that, and I recognize it, and it's okay, so I can't be mad, I can be. It's not gonna get me anywhere, but therein lies the struggles of being single, and what are you going to do about it? Again, what are you going to do about it? Again, I said what I could do about it. I've also said that I'm unwilling to do that. So I guess that leaves me right where I am at, but that's okay. Whatever. I don't care. I do. You see, I'm trying to run a little skit here as I'm out of character. Jesus, I don't know when to turn it off. I just don't have anything other interesting to say. Anything else interesting to say other than that my stomach hasn't been very happy this week because of all the food that has gone inside of it, and then I tried to eat some pad thai yesterday, and that was decent, but it still didn't make up for the fact that I hadn't fed myself at all 2 days before that. And it's just sort of and then I get grumpy, because I haven't eaten, and then it's just sort of there's nothing out there that we could even buy, if we could even afford it, that is worth getting, right? Just because, again, there's that whole poor people against poor people thing, and that's a real thing, you feel me? Everything is expensive and nobody is winning. I can't explain to you how frustrating it is when Like, again, nobody wins. There's no winners. Nobody wins when they order DoorDash. Nobody wins when they deliver it. No, like, I just, except for people that are already winning, you feel me? And I don't know, at some point it's just like, damn, yo, like, trying to see other people win, you feel me? I'm trying to be supportive of an industry that allows other people to not have an incentive to steal my food, or or to eat some of it, or to, like, it would be better, I think, if things were done, or people had more money, or just different opportunities and stuff. And again, I think, for the record, delivering stuff and providing those kinds of services are essential, but again, I'm a 38-year-old man here advocating on behalf of what should be a young person workforce, but instead it's ass backwards. Young people don't have jobs, and all of us old people are fighting over these dumbass, meaningless jobs, all like we should be or something, when it's sort of like, I don't think that's the way we should be approaching the destruction of this country. I just think there's better ways than to just sell out and say, F it, like, I'm gonna be a delivery driver, or a rideshare provider. Again, just because I'm speaking from experience here. Like, I don't, it's my own personal opinion, but I just feel like those people could be doing so much more, given they had more opportunity, or just they got paid more to do it. Again, it's one thing when we're being fair here, but when the rideshare service and or the delivery food service providers charge in excess to whoever's got to pay it, already more than what it costs for the shit you're getting, then, like, that's a problem. I can't get past it, and I can't, like, do it anymore. Like, I can't, like, I was addicted AF to ordering food, you feel me? Like, just because I really don't like to cook all the time, but now I see no other way. Like, if I don't cook, I'm not eating, type of shit. And, like, I'd much rather eat, you feel me, than not eat. So I guess I'll be cooking, but it's still sort of like, one, I don't like that idea, right? I mean, it's fun and everything, but I think we should live in a world where we can reliably count on getting food delivered at a reasonable price that isn't, as the Campbell CEO recently said, 3D lab printed chicken, I mean, can we not live in a world where we are delivered 3D lab printed chicken to our doorstep at an outrageous exploitative cost financially to all parties involved? I'm just saying that I think we can do better. I know we can do better. I am assuming that we can do better, but who knows? I think only time will tell. And hopefully socialism, right, is going to be something that happens sooner than later, which is, really a big part of why I come up here every single night of my life, and will continue to do so until the time is not needed anymore. And trust me, you can bet your own ass that I wish that time would, like, come tomorrow, because I'm not trying to do any more than I, like, would like to do already, you feel me? I'm just saying, but the world's not like that. So we'll continue to do this kind of thing, and to talk about these kinds of problems in society in the least informal and thought-provoking kind of impromptu like ways, all from the comfort of a little ass apartment in Albuquerque, New Mexico, while some dude that is the Timu Federline talks to people about shit that's on its mind as his roommate sneezes and his cat diabolically runs through this small said little ass apartment, destroying things as I tell him not to. I mean, that can't be any more genuine and, like, authentic, you feel me? So I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. If you're not already a subscriber, smash the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, just engage with the page, and thanks again. I truly appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing y'all again real soon. All right, bye.